YouTube was amateur boys out back with another bang. In this video, Edgar Berlanga destroys his opponent in the first round. He also challenges Caleb Plant. Let's get it. Edgar Berlanga said, "Yeah, they love me from the Canelo fight." He says, "The whole staff at PBC love me. I sold the fight versus Canelo and I bought that charisma." He also says, "I brought a great fight for the fans and now I'm a veteran. I'm up there with the best. I got to go out there and perform." He said, "F Caleb Plant. We want Mangia. We want Mar Charlo." He also said, "Plant, you're a B." He says, "I got him out of there early, and now I'm on to the next one." So Edgar Berlanga said a lot, and I'm gonna unpack a lot of what he said. First of all, he said they love him from the Canelo fight, and that's true. You know, the dude charismatic. He got a lot of energy. He know how to sell a fight. He's a character, right? And characters in boxing are what sells, right? Even though Edgar Berlanga not the most skilled, he got good power. He talk a lot. He very energetic. He charisma. He talk a lot of trash. So he's easy to market. It's easy to market him. They asked him if he would sign with the PBC to fight Maul or Caleb Plant, and he was like, he with it. You know, he was pretty much like, that's easy to do, cause you know he want one of those fights. You got to sign with the PBC to get that contract, and he pretty much like he with it. My only thing is he keep calling himself a veteran. I mean, you had one fight with Canelo, bro. Canelo knocked you down, you lost, bro. I don't understand how these dudes how they celebrate losing. All right, I don't understand how so many guys celebrate losing. Yeah, I was in there with the best. I lost, but I'm that guy. I'm like, I respect wanting to fight the best, but it's like, you walking around with a little bit too much macho. You feel me? It's not like you beat Canelo, you lost to Canelo. You feel me? I don't understand guys fighting the best, losing, then acting like they shitting on stink. It's weird. You feel me? But he got a lot of energy for Caleb Plant, and that's real interesting. So first of all, Edgar had a dominant win, and his opponent did not belong in the ring with him. I believe his opponent was 35 years old, and they said at one point his opponent had like an Olympic pedigree. He was pretty good, but he went to jail for armed robbery, right? They say he went to jail. He ballooned up to 300 pounds. Um, and you could tell he was fat at one point because he had a real soft stomach. You could see the rolls in his stomach. It's like he's skinny, but he got loose skin. So you could tell he was fat at one point. The dude had a soft belly. His eyes was low. Dude looked like he didn't belong in that ring. Edgar almost took that boy life in the ring. I'm watching. I'm like, oh lord. When he hit him, I think it was a big right hand or a left hook he hit him with. The dude looked like he was gone. His eyes was behind it. His eyes rose to the back of his head while he was getting punched. That was nasty. Edgar Berlanga almost took that boy life. But yeah, that was down there a crime that Edgar committed fighting that dude. That was wrong, bro. But like I said, I believe Edgar, he's good at selling fights. He's the ultimate wild card. But he doing it in the right way, right? He trolling, he being a nuisance. I feel like that's how you play the villain, right? He pretty much trying to play the villain. He antagonizing Caleb Plant. You know, Caleb Plant, the baby face. He the hero in a lot of these guys' eyes. Um, and I think that makes him an interesting fighter, right? I believe that Edgar is competitive with a lot of the guys at 68 simply because of how big and powerful he is. He gives everybody a hard time. I would love to see him versus Caleb Plant. I would love to see him versus Jamal Charlo. The only thing is, Jamal Charlo is not what he used to be. He got into a drinking. He started drinking. He started having problems. That just go to show you the PBC, Errol Spence and Maul, they was hanging around the wrong people, getting drunk, messing their careers up. It's a shame. So much talent going to waste. Um, I believe that a prime Jamal Charlo, I think a prime Jamal Charlo would be the best 168 pounder in the world. That's just my opinion. I think a prime Jamal Charlo, none of these guys can beat him, or at least it's a low percentage of guys that can beat a prime Jamal Charlo. But he's not in his prime anymore, so he he's not a cornerstone like he used to be. He's not as dominant as he used to be. He's still undefeated, but he's not active. He's not the same Jamal, right? He's not the same Jamal Charlo. Caleb Plant versus Edgar Berlanga. That's most likely next, right? Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant represent. I think Caleb Plant grew up in like a trailer park. I think Caleb Plant grew up in a trailer. I could be wrong. I think he grew up in a trailer park. Edgar Berlanga. I think he Puerto Rican. Um, so that would be an interesting. That'll be interesting how that sells because we know Caleb Plant more tied to the black community than any other kid. Caleb Plant like one of the niggas, low key, but he not. Like, he not a nigga, but he hang around the niggas. You know, he dressed like one of the guys, but nah, we drafted Caleb Plant. He on our side. Caleb Plant one of us now. You feel me? But it'll be an interesting fight. You know, Berlanga got good power, but I don't know if he could carry that power for 12 rounds, right? He reminds me of I don't know who's an elite puncher, but it's only like he's only in the fight for a few rounds. He don't got 12 rounds. He don't got 12 rounds in him, right? That was Canelo at one point. At one point in time, Canelo he could knock you out, but he didn't carry that power for 12 rounds. Um, we know Edgar Berlanga is furious, but I don't know if what he can do against somebody in 12 rounds. We know that Caleb Plant he got good boxing technique, but he has bad stamina issues because he moved too much. Caleb Plant need to work on staying on the line and just instead of just moving so much, he need to work on being able to make you miss while being in mid range. Right? He need to practice being able to make you miss while in mid range. Because if he don't, he gonna completely gas himself out. Because we see Caleb Plant, he kind of buff, but he a boxer and he move a lot. So it's like it's going against the grain. Because if you got all that muscle, you know the buffer you are, the more energy it take to move. So he need to work on staying a little bit more still. You feel me? Working on fighting on the inside at times. That's what all out boxers need to get an inside game, so they'll be able to take some time off and get that energy back. I think that's when Devin Haney lacks. That's what makes Shakur Stevenson on such a high echelon, right? Because when we think of outboxer, Shakur Stevenson, an outboxer, he can fight you at mid range, but he loves being on the inside because he's so good on the inside. So I feel like once you get that inside game, even Steph fought an inside game. That's what makes him elite. When he can fight you on the outside, then once you break distance and get on that inside, he can fight you off on the inside. I think Caleb Plant needs some of that. But a fight between these guys would be interesting because I don't think either one of these guys really got 12 rounds in them. So we're gonna see who the bigger dog is. Who gonna push themselves harder in 12 rounds? You feel me? We know Caleb Plant could box. We know Edgar could punch. It's the typical, but the puncher versus the boxer, power versus speed, the bull versus the matador. You feel me? So I always pick the better boxer. I pick Caleb Plant over Edgar. It should be an interesting fight. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Hit the push notification bell. Till next time.